Thanks, everybody. This is going to be a divine musical channel. Now, I haven't done this in a minute, but I receive messages through music often, and you know, I feel like these are just to be shared because you know I don't have shit going on for necessarily for me. So I feel like this is like for me to share with collective. So I'm gonna do that, and yeah, this is just gonna be a divine channeling. So the two songs, okay, well, I know this song because I've heard it. I've heard the original and I've heard the remake. I think his name is Frankie J. He was popular like back in like when I was in high school or whatever. But he remade this song. It's called More Than Words. That song just randomly came to me, and I read the lyrics to see if it meant anything to me, and I really don't. I can't really discern if it's. So I felt like that was to be applied for the collective. I haven't done one of these readings in a minute, so I feel like, yeah, it may have something to do with, sharing it. And then I was in the shower, and I just started randomly singing Aaliyah's "How Could the One," whatever the one I gave my heart to song came up. So that came to me. So it's very weird because both of them, if you listen to, I think the artist that made More Than Words, their name is Extreme. Some of you may know it by because of Frankie J, and some of you, if you're old school, you know that song by Extreme. That's the original messenger. Um, Greetings. A lot of your readings are hard in a good way. Hold on, I can't see. And hard in a good way for me. Isn't that Aaliyah's birthday? January 17th, if I'm not tripping. That's interesting. Okay, Aaliyah's coming through. All right. But yeah, that came up. So I feel like it's a message because, okay, well, one song is coming from a masculine energy, and then one song is coming from a feminine energy perspective. So I feel like it's like a conversation. Weird, right? So I don't know if you guys ever heard the song. I'm not going to sing, like, sometimes I do sing, y'all, but no, like, not right now, unless I feel led to. But yeah, I just wanted to tap in and see, like, what's that about? Like, because I feel like it's a significance to that. Some of you may resonate. So I'll just channel exactly what I feel is like what's happening. It's a lot of miscommunication of energy, whether this is coming from a person's higher self or this is, I knew as soon as I started recording, it's going to be a distraction. It could be like a miscommunication between two people, whether there's no communication at all, whether there's just a misunderstanding or the energies are conflicting, because I get like there's an attached like or the detachment that took place or that is taking place or that wants to take place on either side, one or both sides. But I feel like it's one side because if you listen to the feminine's perspective, go look up, if you don't know the song, go look up Aliyah's "How Could the One." I gave my heart to. I believe that's what it's called. Aliyah, Aliyah. How could the one I gave my heart to? That song. And then if you're not familiar with the song "More Than Words" by Extreme, look those lyrics up. So it's like a conversation that's happening. Basically, this the masculine energy I'm picking up. Like the messages is more of like seeking some sort of like wanting some type of validation or attention rather than words. Like words is not enough. Like you need to express really what you're feeling, show me what you're feeling. And then the feminine energy is looking at things in a perspective of like you played me, you shattered my hopes and my dreams. Like it's a weird exchange of energy, but they kind of go together. Like More Than Words to me is not like a sad song, but Aaliyah's song is, and I don't know, they just go together. They just go together. So, um, yeah, where do I want to start? Like, yeah, I feel like this is a situation where there's a lot of misunderstandings, a lot of miscommunication. People are getting tired, and I'll be honest with you guys too. Like, I don't have time for bullshit either. So if it has anything to do with you feeling taken advantage of or taken for granted, because I kind of feel like that's the energy And I know the songs, like, I know all the lyrics to both songs, and I'm trying to, like, remember the Aaliyahs. It's a part that came to me, and I'm trying to go back to it. Let me think. I would play it on here, but I don't want any issues with YouTube with that. So I'm trying to, like, go back in my mind and replay the exact part that came to me. It's so weird. Like, when I get on camera, I just forget everything. Come to me, come back. Okay. How could the one I give my heart to be not so bad? Yeah, how could the one who said I love you say the things that you said? Yeah, wait. How could the one I gave my world to throw my world away? So it's like some sort of disappointment energy. It's a disappointment. That's what I feel. I feel like this is a disappointment in something. I knew there was a I love you in Aaliyah's song because there's in the More Than Words song, it's I love you. How does it go? More than words. It's all you have to do to make it real or something like that. I'm trying to like recall the messages, like the songs, because it's a communication that's going on back and forth. And some of you guys may already be clairvoyant and clairaudient. So clairaudience is more, you know, audio, hearing messages. And I feel like you guys may be musically inclined, or you have a special connection with music in a way where you do discern things through it. And whether you write your own music or you just, it's something about it that's healing to you in a sense, or it resonates. So yeah, that's what I'm hearing. I don't know. Let's pull some cards, because what is this energy? What is this energy, Divine Spirit? What is this energy? What is this energy? Authority. Order. Bluff. So we have Capricorn energy, Virgo energy, Gemini energy, Mars and Capricorn, Moon and Virgo, and Jupiter and Gemini energy, if that means anything to you or anyone watching. So I feel like someone has lost control in a situation, or someone wants to regain control back in the situation. I feel like someone was, maybe they were like bluffing, maybe they were just off top. Like that's what I'm picking up. Like that's the energies. Whether that's really what's taking place or not, that's how someone feels. There's something significant about numbers. You got 10 or 1, 6, and 3. Maybe this, like if you add all of this up, it may equal something out to you. But I feel like there's like some sort of, like someone's done with this. I think this all equals out to 10, if I'm not mistaken. I'm trying to do the math like real quick. 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep. So this equals out to the ending of something, and someone taking their control back, their power back. Because I feel like someone had a false sense of control or authority over the situation, and someone grew in a, like, matured, someone leveled up, someone took their power back, someone, it was some sort of growth that took place. And that's what I see with this order card. Like something was divinely ordered. Someone may have needed to take their control, like for themselves back, not to manipulate or control another person, but you know what I mean, something like that. Let me see, I'm gonna clarify this. All right, you have lust, excitement, and enterprise. So I feel like this was a situation, like the foundation of this was very exciting in the beginning. A lot of lustful energy. You have Aries and Venus. You have Mercury and Gemini, which is Gemini's ruling planet. Then you have Aries and Jupiter. So there's some Aries energy here now, and another Gemini placement. So these may be specific placements, or these could just, you know, be something that's significant to you in some sort of way. But I feel like the foundation of this situation, it may have started off very exciting, very like someone came in with um, what seems to be a lot to offer. There's another number 3 here, 2 3s, and then you have 2 1s here and a 10. So that's like 3 1. So 1 1 1 maybe something to you. 111 could be a significant number to you. Um, I get like someone like you guys. This is not the first time you may have got personal readings about the situation because there's a palm reader here, maybe specifically palms. I feel like there's also something that this whole situation was divinely ordained in some sense to happen in the way that it's happening, or just the meeting itself, how this all played out. It was fated. When I say fated, it does not necessarily mean that it's someone that you're meant to be with forever and that's or the end of the time of your life or whatever. It could be that it was fated to happen in a certain way, like they were a part of your life's journey for a significant reason and purpose, more so significant than most connections that you've had. But I feel, yeah, like there was something about this that does hold promise, or it felt like it held a lot of promise. It felt very divine. It felt like everything lined up. Maybe you got a reading and someone told you that this was your soulmate or this was your twin flame, or you did your own readings and that's what came up, or something about your placements in your chart align, like a soulmate placement or something like that. Um, Maybe you got a natal chart reading or something. I don't know, but I get like some sort of divination was done in the past, and I feel because it's underneath the bluff card. Maybe this person told you that you were the one, or made you feel that way, or just communicated. You felt very lucky because you have 2 Jupiter placements here. You got Jupiter and Gemini, Jupiter and Aries. There's a lot of confidence that took place. Like someone felt like a boost of energy, like just a surge of excitement in themselves, like a revamp of themselves and energy. Someone felt good about themselves in this connection. Like this connection helped someone feel empowered or beautiful again or handsome again, important, wanted, needed. And someone may have felt like, oh, I still got it. Like I'm just getting all different types of energy. So there's a little bit of ego here in these cards, just to be honest. But that doesn't mean that it's necessarily like everything is all bad. But yeah. So we had 10, we have 11, 12, which is 3, and then 3 here is 6. So this all adds up. Like this now is 6, the energy of 6, balance, partnerships, harmony, love, self-love, compassion. And I feel like these are the energies that may have been exercised or needed to be healed or highlighted, if that makes sense. So you could be dealing with someone older or someone that thought they were in control of the situation, or maybe at one point you thought you were in control, or you were tired of putting or forcing your control in this, because like I feel like the divine is already, in charge of this. So someone is like tired of trying to force and control things. I feel like there may have been a tower moment for some of you too, with this person. It's like I have 17 people and 7 likes. So 7 like, and now it's 18. Something about the number 7. I was meant to see that. Something about the 7. Sevens mean something to you. 77. Hey, what's good, Ilani? What's good, my G? Yeah, I feel like it could have been something that like a blew up that happened in a volcano, or someone's about to erupt. Like someone's emotions are about to burst too. I'm going to look more into that because that stands out to me. I'm going to leave 2 cards out because I want those energies around, because I feel like something might come up with that later. But yeah, I feel okay. And someone, it's like this energy, like you guys felt like lucky with each other's energies, being around each other or being just connected to each other. You guys felt lucky. You and this person, or one of you, felt lucky. But I feel like it was both parties, because it's manifesting itself in different ways. I feel like there's a feminine energy in here that's about to, like, she's coming out of this period of this isolative energy, or coming out of this. It's like she's giving, or when I say she, don't take offense. If you're a feminine energy, you get it, you resonate. Is this an iguana? Is it an iguana? I think it is. Let me see. I don't know what that is. It looks like an iguana. I could be wrong, but I think it is. It's some type of lizard. Iguanas represent simplify. It says break things down and simplify your life. Do not be afraid to climb for new goals. Eliminate what no longer is beneficial to you. Yes, some feminine energies are going like they're coming out of this cycle, whatever it is. Like if it's just like I'm not dealing with no nonsense, or you're cutting something or someone off. Either you're cutting off a certain pattern or behavior or cycle or a person, and all of the above. A chameleon. That makes sense. I'm gonna stick to what I said because I feel like that's what that energy is. And I also feel like someone, the feminine energy may erupt. It's like, how do I say it? Like, do they have chameleons in here? They do. Chameleons represent opportunity. Take advantage of any opportunity that presents itself. Clairvoyance is strong. Remember I said some of y'all up in here are clairvoyant and clairaudient. Act quickly or opportunity will be lost. So some of you guys may want to do something, and maybe you already did, and it may spark an excitement into a masculine energy, whether that be in a negative sense, like light a fire under someone's ass, or this is all happening in an energetic form. I'll put those back. Let's see what's going on. What's going on? What's going on in this energy? Self-worth, balance. Yep, I told you somebody was like, someone just chose themselves in some sense, or just stood up for themselves for something that's not working. And I get third-party energy with the balance. Divine spirit stepped in with something that was out of order. Or if it's not third party in a romantic sense, like there's another woman, another man, whatever, then this is about all these different energies and people involved in the situation. Like it's whatever was in balance. This victim energy, someone does feel like a victim, because I get like, okay, this is what I get. I'm trying to explain the energy because, you know, I don't know if you guys understand what it feels like when you feel energy, but you have to express it and explain it in a way that makes sense. So trying to like ground this down. Okay. I do get that someone, more than likely a feminine energy, felt slighted or felt taken for granted, taken advantage of, felt like they were doing too much, giving way too much, very codependent, or felt overly attached, just doing like not an equal give and take of energy. Then there's a masculine energy that's like, prove your love to me, because maybe there's a lot of wounding. I feel like it's wounding on both ends. So this is just coming as I'm going, and I'm just flowing with it. So I feel like a masculine energy, because of the song that I channeled, the More Than Words song, is like, prove to me that you love me without telling me, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it's like, if I took the words away, I love you away, would you, like, what would you do? Like, if you didn't have words to back up how you feel, how else would you show it to me? So it's like, prove it to me. And I feel like the female energy was, feminine energy was happy to do that. And it started to become excessive to the point where, okay, the Aaliyah song I channeled, how could the one I gave my heart to, that starting to feel like you were taken advantage of. And something may have happened to where your dreams shattered. Like, this isn't what I thought it was. At least that's what it looks like to you. Does not necessarily mean that that's what it was. But Spirit was trying to bring balance to both parties. Because I feel like both parties feels like a victim. Both parties feel like a victim. And there's a dragon here. It's like this mysticism, and there's a squirrel here. So you know how I am about my animals, so I'm about to check that. I know they don't have dragons in here, but they definitely have squirrels in here. So let me see. Where are you? Okay, work and play. Balance your work and play. Prepare for the future, but do not get lost in preparations. Find Find ways to gather and to gift. Yeah, this is about give and take, and I feel like this is about finding balance, because I feel like it was too much of imbalance of giving and taking, and both parties in a way feel kind of upset. Like, as you can see, these parties don't look too happy, because Spirit made a judgment about something. Like, I don't know if you can see because my lighting, but they don't look too happy. Then you have despondence. So a feminine energy was well aware, like, you know what, no, I'm way too valuable for this. And this is all crown chakra energy. So the feminine energy understands that this, like, universe did what they needed to do, at least for the most part. Because that represents the crown or the third eye chakra, sorry. The purple represents the third eye chakra here. The self-worth is coming from the sacral chakra, the area. So some of you may even feel like you were sexually taken for granted or advantage of, or you feel like you were just being lusted after, not necessarily loved. Maybe you just felt like you were just being admired, and just not necessarily like being cared for and loved and nurtured in the way that you felt like you deserved, in a sense. Or maybe some of you just felt like, is that all that they wanted? And I don't see that here, but some of you, that's just how you feel. But there's this desire of coming out of this self-worth, of like feeling like that, because someone needed to see themselves in a higher position. This is like to me, this is like a chair, like an authority figure or something like that. So someone came out of this fear, this feeling. And I get like some of you just feel cold, you feel numb, you don't really feel too much. You may feel really just like overwhelmed by not feeling good enough or something like that. But the passion card here is that you are finding what your true passions are. Maybe feminine energy is focusing on their passions, like authentically doing it. I don't feel like this is out of spite, because sometimes when we do things like, oh, I'm gonna cut a person off, or I'm gonna stop talking to people, or I'm gonna do me just to spite people. No, this is naturally like, all I have right now is to focus on me. And maybe you feel good about that. Like, there's a new chapter that's turning. And I feel like you guys have some sort of elder that's guiding you, or an elder that you talk to that's in this life. They're not, passed on, that there's someone that maybe you spend a lot of time with that's an elder. And when I say elder, they don't necessarily have to be a senior citizen. They could be someone that's older than you and by some age, or they have a little more knowledge or wisdom than you in some sense. Masculine energy, you have the insecurity card with the root chakra. So they're feeling very ungrounded right now. They're very insecure about their placement, whether it be with this situation or with you, or they just right now in their life, they don't feel rooted and planted. I feel like they're allowing their shadow self to get the best of them, because they won't open their heart. And Spirit's trying to work on the heart chakra with this person, because in the heart chakra, both parties felt like the victim. They felt like, and it's like this energy of, oh, well, shit, that's why I shouldn't have gave what I gave, because I feel stupid, or I shouldn't have said what I said because now I look dumb, or this was just a waste of energy. That's why. It's like someone is like not wanting to open their heart. Trickery. Yeah, someone feels like their heart played them. This is the trickery card, and it's another dragon and squirrel. So this all relates to each other. There's a squirrel and the same dragon in the different card, and they're both heart chakra cards. So yeah, someone feels like the other person tricked them or played them, or like they tricked themselves. They betrayed themselves by following their heart, or what they felt like they were following their heart. But it's like two wounded individuals, or just things within the self that's wounded that needed to be healed, and all you did was just help each other to highlight it. So once you get past the blaming this person and that person blaming you, and that, like, when you get down to the root of what it really is, you can heal. Everything happens in divine order, divine timing. So let's see what's going on, like, with your energy specifically, and then I'll look at I say your energy, the viewer. But let's do this. Let's do feminine energy and let's do masculine. So not everybody watching probably is a feminine energy. So I'm just going to specify between the energies. I'm going to start with feminine energy and see where they are, and then masculine energy to see where they are. So let's see. Divine Spirit, as for highest guidance, truth, and clarity, please tap into the energies of divine feminine that resonate and relate to this message whenever they do come across this reading or message. Whatever is meant for them in this reading. May they use their own discernment Divine Spirit, to discern what's their message. Thank you. Memories of love, which is like the Six of Cups in this deck. So someone has been like reflecting on some past intentions that were set, especially if you guys work with like candle magic and stuff like that. Maybe you set intentions with this connection, or you're focusing on manifesting something in love, or you're just trying to purify and clarify what it is that you really want in love, by reflecting on the past, feminine energy. And then you have triumph with another number 7, another number 6 as well, some more threes, number 21, another 1 with the Ace of Swords. So the Triumph card is the Chariot card in this deck, and I feel like, okay, my bad, I got interrupted. Sorry, a call came in. I thought no, I didn't. I did not put my do not disturb on. Okay, my bad. Okay, so I feel like whatever or whoever, and I'm probably whoever is a feminine energy, I feel like there's a sense of like being proud of the self for moving past something in your past. Like these old memories, maybe you've utilized them to empower you, to help you to heal. And I feel like whatever the current situation that you're in, it helped you to highlight situations in your past, like other connections and relationships, or inner child situations or childhood. Like this is tapping into all of that, like all of it. So also, someone feels empowered. There's a lot of the lower chakras too, like almost all the chakras. You got the heart chakras currently being healed in some way. And then you got all this yellow and orange. I feel like these are the lower chakras, the 3 lower chakras, the root, the sacral, and the solar plexus. And then you have the higher, which is the world card. To me is like the crown chakra. You reach that higher level. You reach the ending of a cycle and a completion. So you have that. And then you have the triumphant success, which is the Ace of Swords card. That to me also was like third eye, crown chakra, because that represents the divine truth of something, cutting through the truth. And I feel like whatever this is, you maybe you feel good because you completed a heavy cycle, like you did something, like whatever you healed helped to initiate the ending of a cycle, or it's already that you are at the end of that cycle. And you did it in like what to you maybe in an accelerated motion, or maybe actually it was because you got the 7 to, which is the 7th major arcana, to the last major arcana in the deck, which is number 21. So there was like a quick shift within like a week, 2 days, 1 day, 7 hours, 3 hours, like something like shifted immediately. And then you have the triumph success. So it's like, yeah. And I feel like also there's a reward in this, whether you already feel the sense of rewarding energy because you have clarity, that could be the reward. Or for some of you, it's the fact that you are going to receive some sort of clarity and truth out of a situation, or because you cut something out of the way. And this is your higher self guiding you. You have a lot of major arcana cards. The Ace to me is also divine. This is divine gifts, divine offers from the universe and spirit. And then you have the Moon card, but it's in reverse. So the Shadow card is that someone's refusing to focus on some sort of shadow aspect, or if the shadow aspect is going to come in once something's cut out, you're going to be able to discern what this is, whatever this shadow is, and confront it, because this is the Moon card in this deck. So someone needs to face their truth about something, or they will. Some of you, maybe you are avoiding it. If you're a divine feminine, you'll know. All right, so that was feminine energy. I want to see what's going on with masculine energy. I know y'all want to know. Most of you want to know. Well, let's see. Divine Spirit, thank you for your loving guidance. Thank you for your loving guidance, truth, and clarity. Thank you for your loving guidance, truth, and clarity. Okay. Mental conflicts, emotional loss, passion ignited, material harvest, and conflict and defeat. Like, yeah, this energy is not as great and grand as the other energy. This masculine energy right here is conflicted, and almost every way possible, mainly mentally, but emotionally as well. They also have an ace. So they have an ace in passion ignited, which is the Ace of Wands. So it could be that there was some sort of passion that did ignite when it came to the feminine energy, how they felt. Maybe they felt like this person ignited that passion in them in the past. They're conflicted though. They feel a sense of loss, or feeling a sense of something not being given or nurtured in a sense. So the Five of Cups is obviously feeling like something disappointed them, something did not pan out the way that they wanted it to. You have two fives. You got the Five of emotional loss, which is the Five of Cups, the Five of conflict and defeat, which is the Five of Swords. So it's like the heart and the mind are conflicted, and this sense of feeling a sense of lack. The mental conflict, the Two of Swords, it's like double-mindedness. It's like anger. It's a layer of anger. It's a layer of insecurity. It's a layer of distrust. It's like different layers of this conflict, like whatever they're dealing with, whatever they're going through. Like you see how this man, it's like these different layers of him. So it's like a lot going on in the mind. They may be trying to pick at their brain to figure out what's really going on, like why. But it's like they're avoiding what's being highlighted. You see those shadow figures on the wall. This man is like putting his hand up like, I don't want to see that shit. But they have to. Because, yeah, I feel, remember how I was saying, I shuffled the deck, but remember how I was saying with the moon card that the shadow card, someone's refusing to confront their shadows. I feel like it could be more so the masculine energy, because maybe you confronted yours, you faced yours, but they haven't. Or until you both just face each other's, whatever shadow is being, whatever triggered the other person and triggered you, triggered them, until you both confront it. I feel like there's not going to be much of a shift until you guys do. Maybe you confronted other shadows in other situations, but this one, maybe you haven't fully looked into it. Maybe you haven't fully accepted it. Maybe you haven't forgiven this person. Maybe you haven't forgiven yourself due to the situation, and vice versa. So, and it could be their own shadows. If you're a divine masculine energy watching, then it's something that you're not looking at, and you don't want to, but you got to, because it's going to highlight a lot for you. It's going to bring a lot of illumination. Then you have material harvest. So masculine energy is very focused on what they're gaining at this time and what they feel like they're not. So it's a very heavy focus on material things, like what they see, what they can, with their five senses, what they can taste, feel, hear, whatever. They have to have that practical thing. And it also could be like a heavily focus on material, like career, finances, and home, and situations like that. And that could be also adding on this stress. But the heart chakra is highlighted twice, because you got this man right here holding on his heart. This is an emotional energy. Then you have in the passion card, the heart chakra is like, it's on fire. So I feel like there's still a passion that is there for divine feminine energy. Maybe they're also feeling like this, like the divine feminine energy is very focused on self-fulfillment and their own passion with themselves. That it's kind of like, okay, well, where do I stand? Like, because they feel a little bit left out in this, This is a healthy heart chakra, and this is a heart chakra that's closed. It's like it's a shadow of a shell, like a seashell around this person's heart chakra. So there's some emotional cleansing that needs to take place. Where are y'all at with each other, though? That's the real thing. I'm going to bring out some tarot for this one. So let's see, where is this situation? Like, where are y'all at with each other, though? If I didn't really get into that, I feel like I did. Take my Four of Pentacles back. I was doing, like, when I like to release energy, like, if I keep pulling, like, a negative, like, the same, I don't want to say negative, but if I keep pulling, like, challenging cards, like, out multiple times in a reading, or someone that's reading for me pulls out the same cards for me that's like a block card, I'll take that card out of my deck and I'll reverse it to remove the energy. Divine Spirit, where are these two individuals at with each other? Like, where is their energy at with each other? the Sun card. There's rejuvenation happening, even if it does not feel like it. It may not feel like it, but it is. There's rejuvenation that's happening. I feel like someone is feeling, either they're feeling like, it's like this childlike energy. Someone feels like ready to start life over, or just feeling a sense of renewal and excitement. I probably will, Reba, next year. I was thinking about it. Feminine energy, Queen of Pentacles energy, Four Swords. I feel like the feminine energy is, okay, so you got the Queen of Pentacles, Four Swords, Eight of Wands, and the Ten of Swords. So feminine energy is very focused on self right now. And it could be on her coins or his coins, whatever the feminine energy is. Very focused on self. Five of Wands for masculine energy, Empress, Ace of Cups, and the Strength card for masculine energy. I don't know why I just formed this into an 11, if y'all didn't notice that. At least one over here, and it's like, you know, I don't know. Okay, so the Four Swords, Eight of Wands, Ten of Swords for feminine energy. Focusing on self, focusing maybe on projects and career and business, or maybe initiating something, or focusing on all that they've got right now within self. They're very focused on self, period. Okay. And she's cloaked in a red dress. She has a green veil. So her focus is on self-love right now and growth right now. Where her stable ground is her. Focusing on grounding herself and where she's at within the self. That's really the biggest focus. And reclaiming herself, who she is. I'm saying she, but it can be he. If you're feminine that's in a male form, you know what I mean. So you have the Four Swords. So the Four Swords, again, is like there's a lot of prayer, maybe a lot of meditating that's going on with the feminine energy. Maybe even praying about the masculine energy, or praying for them. When I mean praying for them, does not mean praying for you guys to be together. It's praying for their well-being. In spite of whatever's going on between the two of you, if it's unconditional love, you're always going to wish people that you love well, regardless of what's going on. And I feel like that's what's happening. I feel also some of you guys are, if you're a feminine energy, there's a lot of dreams that are taking place. Maybe you're sleeping a lot. Maybe you're having dreams about them. They're coming in your space. But I feel like there's this, also just to sum this up for you, this Four of Swords, I feel like feminine energy is spending time in solitude and meditation. Not too heavy to where they can't complete and do other things, or where they're closed off. But it's just taking that time to really reflect and consult higher counsel right now. And then you got the Eight of Wands. So the Eight of Wands, I feel like things are like energies are moving very rapidly, very clearly. There could be some intentions that are being set right now, and under this new energy with the feminine is setting new intentions. Or there's just a lot of energy that's moving, a lot of movement in the spirit realm. Then you have the Ten of Swords. So the Ten of Swords is like there was something that ended, something that they may have prayed about. So if you're feminine energy, you may have prayed to complete and release things. And I feel like spirit got on the move. And that's why I said a lot of you feel a major shift like happened overnight. It may have, like, shit started to really move. Things really needed to move. And then if you look at the masculine's energy, you have the Five of Wands, the Empress, the Ace of Cups with the Strength card. So I feel like for them, or you, if you're masculine energy watching, you are kind of like fighting multiple challenges right now. Maybe you feel like you just have a lot coming at you right now. You're very conflicted with this situation within itself. It's like one of the other issues that you're having. You're trying to find stability. There's men here dressed. There's one that has a red cloth, one has yellow, one has blue, one has green, one has polka dots. So this is like you're trying to clear out all your chakras. Like there's a challenge with communicating because one of their attire is like blue spotted. So there's like some conflicts with communication. Someone's not able to fully communicate themselves in the way that they wish to or would like to in this situation. Um, but I feel like someone's like fighting off their heart, fighting off their mind, fighting with confidence. Just it's a battle. It's a constant battle with this, like expressing yourself, trusting yourself, believing, feeling, standing in your truth, standing in your power. Like it's a fight for this. Whether you feel like it's you against all these other energies, people, situations, this situation, or just yourself. I feel like this for majority of masculine energies is a battle within self, but it can also be and other things. Then you have the Empress. There is a focus on the feminine energy. I feel like this is the Empress. There's still very much, there's still a level of love and respect here. And I get, they want that nurturing. And I feel it could be something to do with like a mothering energy that they're seeking or this nurturing that they're getting, or they desire to have. Because there's, if you look at these cards, there's a lot of feminine energy on this side of the masculine's energy, and there's a lot of masculine energy on the feminine side, which is interesting. But I feel like it's being balanced. But this is more so needing to heal on this side because their nurturing or their desire for nurturing from this feminine energy or just from feminine energies period is causing, it's showing them that they need to nurture themselves. They need to have compassion and love for themselves like the feminine does with them, or any feminine would, or like what a mother would. They have to learn that and turn that back onto themselves, which is not always easy to do, but I feel like this is helping them to ground and balance out their own divine feminine within themselves, because we have all both principles within ourselves, feminine and masculine. So this is them healing that. And I feel like they also want to give that love in some sort of way, but they feel restricted, and they also feel, or this masculine energy, I feel like want the feminine to give them that love. Like they may still desire this nurturing, and because it's like they do have this toughness, this tough exterior, or they have this pridefulness maybe, and not expressing to themselves that that's what they're really desiring, that's what they're really nurturing. But I feel like spirit is like making them thirst, because like thirst for something, because it's like this person cannot fulfill your cup in all ways. You have to be able to do that for yourself. So they're being restricted of what you've been giving them, whether it be your attention, whether it be your body, whether it be your whatever. They're being restricted from that because you've been put in a place where you're like, maybe what manifested this for you was like, this person's not filling my cup in the ways that I want it to. I want shit to move. They're not moving, they're not doing anything. So it's like you had to do that for yourself. That's that masculine energy. For them, it's like this person's not nurturing, they're not giving me what I want, and they're not stroking my ego for some of them. They're not openly available to me like that. And that's stripping them of that so they can get that feminine energy nourishment that they are seeking from you from themselves. This Some of them are fighting this. They're too prideful to even admit that to themselves, that they may want that nurturing from you or from someone, or that they know that they need to give that to themselves, but they refuse to. It's a little bit of stubbornness with this. Some of you guys could be dealing with the Leo, because I'm seeing the Sun card, the Strength card, unless someone has that placement. And also the Five of Wands is Leo. Some of you guys may be dealing with Libras or Taurus energy, Sag energy, Gemini energy. Take what resonates though. Um, but yeah, what's going on is there's a renewal that's taking place within each party. There's like a birth that's taking place, because you have the Sun and you have the Page of Wands. Those to me are like childlike energies. And this is like a beginning of an adventure, a new start. And Sun card can also represent beginnings and revitalization. You also have the Ace, or the masculine energy. There's an Ace here. So this is a new emotional energy for them. If they take the redemption, it's like spirit is like, it's a need for a communion within self. I don't know if you guys can see. But there's a dove that's carrying, it's, I seen it. I went to a wedding. I went to my cousin's wedding like 2 weeks ago, and she was married. She did it in the Catholic traditional way, or whatever is like a Catholic wedding. They did the whole communion shit with this, and I feel like this is between the divine masculine and God or the universe or their higher self. There's a marriage that needs to take place with themselves. This is an act of self-love, okay? Just like the feminine is communing with her spirit, her higher self in prayer and meditation, but it's more so in a um, more of a straight, like almost like masculine way, and the masculine's way is more feminine, um, if that makes sense. So let's see. Pull some romance angels, and I'm gonna pull like what is it that you guys want to say to each other, what's not being expressed for whatever reason. I got all types of cards up here, so I'm trying to get it all together. All right, divine spirit. What else is the spirit guides, ancestors, the high council that lovingly guides and assists all that are meant to receive this message and hear it in the way they're meant to hear it. Thank you. Wedding and true love. All right. Some of you guys may be, this is someone that you wanted to marry. Maybe you are married to. Maybe they're married. Maybe you're married to someone else. Or you both talked about marriage or something. But whatever, there's going to be a reconciliation. I see this energy is very temporary, because this is like you take breaks because this is what you need. You individually have to, whether you live in the same space together or not, or you have access to each other or not. I feel like there's times where we have to go within ourselves. We're not always available to each other, whether it's mentally, emotionally, physically available. And I feel like this is like a temporary thing. Um, Someone could be in a marriage, but it's like a conflict between someone that's just in something because they feel stuck or restricted, versus being where they really want to be, which is with their true love. I can't judge anybody. If you're in a situation where there's like other parties involved romantically, I feel like that could resonate for some of you, and for others it's just a matter of wanting this in a way. Like your angels and ancestors acknowledge your desire for union or marriage, whatever you want to call it, whether it's spiritual marriage, whether it's paper marriage, whatever it is. But let's see. Because some of you guys really do feel this. But you got to love yourself first. Yeah, you guys are in separation because you needed to love yourselves first. And if your separation is more on an emotional level, not physically, where you guys are just like, we don't sleep in the same bed or we don't see each other, you guys may have to see each other every day because you live together. But there's some sort of separation between whatever your situation is, there's some sort of separation. Like I said, whether it's spiritual, mental, emotional, physical, whatever, there's a separative energy, and it's because you both need to love yourself first in some way that you have not. um Calling in your soulmate and passion. So I feel like it's like there's still like a pull that's happening between you, and if this person that you're asking about is not that person, you guys are going to be very clear on what it is that you really desire in a connection. You're going to be very clear, and you might pray for it. You might make affirmations. You might write out a list. You might do manifestation work. You might set up a vision board of what it is that you truly want in love. Like you've taken yourself out of a situation and may have said to yourself that I'm going to choose to love myself first and separate from that which is not of my highest good. If it is, it be this person, whether you're trying to pray about this or manifest it or not, like consciously, when you withdraw your energy and you put it back onto yourself and you just state what you want, period, energetically, not so much like, oh, I want this person or that, what's meant for you is going to come in. And for some of you, it could be like, it is the situation, and this is, I feel like it's temporary because you guys are not just going to stop talking, or you're not going to stop associating with each other, or you're just not going to just be like F each other forever. Like forget them forever, and them just like forget her, forget him forever. I feel like this is a temporary energy again, because you needed to get to a place where you love yourself, and that's what caused this split in energy and things to go the way that they're going. But let's see how, or like what you guys want to say to each other. And I'm going to use my love messages cards. If you guys are interested in this deck, it's available on my website. And I am going to tap into feminine energy. What does the feminine energy want to say to masculine energies? What is it that the collective of the divine feminine, that in this energy that I'm picking out, want to say? Regardless of time and space, whenever they watch this. If this reading is meant to resonate, what is it that the feminine energy wants to say? I am aware that we are connected. My dreams of you have been insane. Didn't I say, like, feminine energy, you guys are having a lot of dreams about the masculine? Music gets me in my feelings when it comes to you. Yeah, you guys hear music. Unfortunately, I realized that I did not see your worth at first. So there's something that you guys, someone is still feeling a little bit of guilt. Or okay. All right, this is not going to resonate with everyone. But there's a feminine that feels like you overly set this person on a pedestal. You overly set this person on a pedestal, and you feel like, unfortunately, I didn't realize your worth. Like, I did too much. For some, it's not like that. For some, it is that you may have underestimated how much importance that this person really had in your life. But you do recognize songs and music. They really do get you in your feelings because it causes you to really listen to how you feel. Like, a song will say just exactly what you're feeling, and it's like, okay, damn, like, I hear you, spirit. Like, you might hear songs like I hear them, like, you didn't hear it on the radio, you didn't see it on TV or whatever, on a movie. It just came to you randomly. That's how you know spirit speaks to you. Because, like, why would that song just randomly pop up in my head? Why am I randomly singing this song? That's what this is. And there's heavy dreams. And you are aware that you're connected because of these things that you're experiencing too. So that you could be getting a lot of, like, crazy synchronicities. I can't speak for everyone, but, like, synchronicities have been crazy for me, and just in general, just period. Like, some weird shit. Like, I'll be like, I'll think about somebody. Like, the other day, this was during Thanksgiving. I usually call my little sister one of my cousin's names when she's around. Like, they have to be around each other for me to accidentally call them each other's name. Like, I get them mixed up. She wasn't there. My sister was there. My cousin wasn't there yet. And I was like, she must be close, because I just called my sister her name. So that means she's close. And then, like, a few minutes later, they showed up. So it's weird things like that. And I'll think of, like, something, like a movie or something, and then it's like, oh, I wonder why they don't play that movie on TV anymore. I haven't seen it in a long time, blah, blah. It'll come on that week or something. It's just weird shit. Numbers, people's names. It's just all kind of shit. So I feel like it could be a lot of that, but it's connected to this person. All right, that's what feminine wants you to know. If you're masculine energies that resonate with this energy, this channeling, those who are meant to receive a message from this reading, with the masculine energy collective that I'm picking up in this reading, what is it that they want to say to feminine energy? What is it that they want to say? A lot. If there was someone else, you would definitely know. I fantasize and daydream about you. Your vibe is something rare and hard to find in anyone else. The distance has been killing me. You're in my heart and mind. I'm not interested in anyone else. That's pretty clear. Like, but they want you to know, though, I'm stuck in my ways. Like, I'm just stuck in my ways. But I do feel like if that resonates, this is not going to resonate with everyone, because some of you, there is someone else. But, and you know that. It's not a secret. It's not something that they're hiding from you. But if there was someone, like they're saying, you would know. And for some of them, I feel like that's saying, like, yeah, I might be sleeping with people or I might be dating around. But if it was like that, you would know. Like, you would know about this person. I wouldn't hide something that I'm committed to, I'm hearing, that I'm with, like someone that I'm really, really with. You would know if I had someone, because I would share that with people. That's what I'm getting. If it's not that, like if you know, like you've seen them with some girl, or they like the picture, or they whatever, you know that they're sleeping with someone, that's not someone that they are invested in like that. I'm just saying, that's what I'm getting. They do think about you a lot. They have little fantasies and daydreams about you. They don't feel like you're something that comes around often. You're a rare find to them. You're not what they're used to. And there's some sort of distance and they don't like it. So even if you sleep in the same bed every night, there's some sort of distance with you guys that they feel or they sense. You guys are not on the same page, or they feel like you're not emotionally there with each other. That's bothering them. They don't like it. Unless this is like long distance, you guys don't see each other like that, or you guys had to stop seeing each other, you guys don't talk, you guys don't exchange in the same way. That's like just being apart. They don't like it. You are in their heart and mind. Like, they do keep you there, and they're not really interested in anyone else. Like I said, if they are dealing with other people, they're not interested thick and heavy like that. So I hope that makes sense. And if you're masculine, you can co-sign that for yourself if that resonates. But this is the reading. I hope that y'all enjoyed it. Hope it resonated. And I only do these every once in a while. When a message comes to me, it comes to me. And if I feel guided to share it, I share it. So much love as always. I appreciate y'all. If you guys would like to book me for a personal reading, I will leave my information in the description. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.